This is the story of Plane 914, a tale of time travel that has gone viral. Many believe it to be true, while many others think it as just another one of those made-up stories. The Lockheed Constellation was carrying 16 passengers along with a crew of 5. Among them were 3 couples celebrating their honeymoon. So why did the plane suddenly disappear? What happened to the 21 people on board? This case remains a mystery to this day. Their flight was uneventful, and as they approached Washington, the pilot put out a mayday call. A plane flies into Kennedy International Airport in New York. It was met by an airport official who couldn't believe his eyes. They learned that the plane had experienced a severe storm, which may have knocked them out for some reason. She was a young girl of 18 when she boarded the plane, back in 1955. By 1995, she was a 58-year-old woman. She said, "I was asleep, and then I woke up, and there was a new captain in the cockpit, and we were flying over the ocean. The stewardess came up to me and said, 'You've been asleep for 40 years. I thought, how can this be?' She added, 'It's amazing to be here, but I can't help thinking about the 40 years I've lost.'" Do you think it was a genuine case of time travel or a well-executed hoax? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. They awoke to find themselves 40 years in the future. Some passengers claimed that the plane's interior had changed at all since 1955. Was it all just made up? Had the passengers planned this elaborate ruse? Had they stolen the plane? The authorities began to investigate. They also said that the clock on the plane's control panel had stopped ticking in 1955 and only started working again once they entered the mysterious cloud. The pilot stepped out and announced, "Ralph Hopkins, captained to all ground personnel." There are many theories out there. Some say the passengers traveled to the future, while others claim they were simply dropped off by a time-traveling alien species. Others believe that they didn't actually age at all, and that they had somehow been cryogenically frozen for 40 years. Some believe it was a government conspiracy. After all, the plane was full of important people, including the son of a U.S. senator. Could the government have erased their existence and created a false memory for the public? We don't know. Plane 914 has arrived from Washington, D.C. There were gasps and applause. Many in the crowd were wiping tears from their eyes. They searched the plane and found nothing suspicious. The pilot had indeed flown a real Lockheed Constellation for Eastern Airlines in 1955, and the plane's logbook showed that the plane had gone missing. During a routine flight from New York to Washington, one man even fainted. But this was no ordinary plane. The passengers had aged only a few years since 1955, but their clothes and technology were from the 90s. They were wearing bell-bottoms and members-only jackets. They had pagers and Sony Walkman. The plane itself was filled with vintage liquor and old magazines from the 50s. He said, "Guys and Glenn, we're experiencing some very bad turbulence." Then the radio went dead. What happened to the passengers and crew during those 40 missing years? Well, it's quite a story. The last anyone heard from pilot Ralph Hopkins was his message, "We're entering a cloud bank. I want to get out of this thing as soon as possible." Then the plane disappeared from radar. It was never seen again. Is it really a tale of a magical flight through time, or a modern-day fairy tale? Let's dive into this mystery together. It was December 28, 1955 when a plane took off from New York's Idlewild Airport bound for Washington, D.C. There were no signs of mechanical failure, and the weather was good. Fast forward to September 2nd, 1995. That's 40 years later. So, what happened here? Did the plane actually time travel? Did it somehow land in the future? As the passengers filed out of the plane, reporters were eager to speak to them and learn more about this incredible tale. A woman named Sally Dalton told her story to the press. The story seemed too fantastical to be true. People began to question if it was a hoax. After speaking to the passengers, police found that none of them had criminal records. So what really happened here? Unfortunately, we may never know for sure. What do you think happened to passengers on board Flight 914?